Hi guys! Welcome to my first video of 2022. I thought I would make it a good one by finally posting a recap video of the trip that I took to South Korea back in September. I know that's kind of a long time ago. I should have posted this video a while back, but I just finally decided to go over all of the clips that I filmed while I was in Korea, and I actually wrote a lot of notes. That way I can just read and tell you guys what I did each day and then show you clips of that. I don't know how this video is gonna turn out. I'm gonna try my best to edit it and make it make sense, just because I do have a lot of clips and they're all over the place. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing the video, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first day that I got out of quarantine. We had to leave the hotel at 6:30 in the morning, so I woke up at 5 in the morning just so I could get ready for the day, because we did have the rest of the day to go out and explore. From the hotel, we actually took a bus that took us to the Seoul Express bus terminal, and from there, me and my friend decided we should take a taxi just because we had a lot of luggage and we thought it would be easier to just get a taxi and go to my friend's apartment. After we got to my friend's apartment, we walked to the subway station. It was actually my first time in a subway, so I was really excited just because I didn't know what to expect. It was like a new experience for me. Honestly, at first I felt a little bit dizzy while I was in the subway, and I was a little bit nervous because I was like, is this how it's gonna be every time? But it wasn't. It was just the first time. My body got used to it. So our first stop was actually this mall. We are going to this pop-up shop. We're in the soup for BTS. Hey my friends! Ah! And it was so nice. It was a really big mall. It had a lot of like really nice stores, but the reason why we decided to go to this mall is because they had the BTS in the soup pop-up shop, and we really wanted to go because it was only there for a couple of weeks and we were in Korea, so we thought we should really go and check it out. I tried my best to kind of record inside the store, but I didn't really want to record a lot of like the people that were there, so that was the best that I could do. I ended up buying some things, which was really cool, and then we just had lunch there at the food court. I didn't really record a lot in the food court, but guys, that was the nicest food court I had ever seen. It was really nice. And then from there, our second stop was Itaewon, so we actually took a taxi to go there. And the main reason why we wanted to go is because they had this Squid Game exhibition going on at the Itaewon station. And I don't know if you guys saw it on TikTok, but it was so cool. The day that we went, so this day, this Sunday, was actually supposed to be the last day that they had the exhibition. But when we got there, we found out that they closed it down a day early. So we didn't really get to see everything that they had. Still had a couple of things, but it was like closed and it wasn't as exciting. We were really sad, but we were already there, so we just continued to walk around and do a little bit of shopping. Guys, we've been shopping all day. We took today to do some shopping. After that, we decided to go to Hongdae, and the first place that we went was this arcade place. It was so cool, you guys. They had so many games. It was really packed. They had so many people just playing games, and I thought that was the coolest thing, just because I think back of here where I live, you really wouldn't go to like an arcade and see like a lot of young adults playing games. It's usually like a lot of kids. Like when we go to like Main Event or Dave & Buster's, it's like a lot of little kids. So just to see this place filled with like young adults all having fun playing games was so awesome. So I really enjoyed that. And then after, we kind of just walked around and we took a little bit of a rest because we had been walking the whole day. It was really tiring, not gonna lie, but I love the views, I love the colors, the lights, the streets, everything was so cool. We actually also ended up going to a Line Friends store that they have there in Hongdae, and unfortunately I couldn't really film inside. As soon as I walked in, they were like, oh, no videos, and I was like, okay. So after that, we just went to Gangnam to have dinner, and it was so delicious, so fun. I think it was like the perfect first day. So day 2 was actually really chill now that I'm looking at it. We didn't really do that much, but the first thing we did was walk to the subway station, and this was a Monday morning, you guys, so it was busy. The subway was so packed, but our first stop was the Olympic Stadium, and the main reason why we wanted to go here is because the BTS performs here, so we thought it would be cool to just go and walk around and take pictures. And then from there we took the bus and it was our first time taking the bus. It was actually my first time taking the bus ever because I don't live in a big city, so we don't really take the bus here. So it was my first time taking the bus, and we went to the Seoul Forest. Now, it was so beautiful. The views here were amazing. It looked great, but the main reason why we wanted to go to the Seoul Forest was to find the BTS bench and also to find the Winter Bear Garden. It did take us a while to actually find it, but we did. And then we were also just walking around and we found this dynamite wall, and it looked super cool. And our third stop was the Starfield Coex Mall, and the main reason going here was to go to the Starfield Library. Okay, we're at the Coex Mall and we're gonna go to the library. It's so hard to vlog. Like, today has just been all over the place and it's really hard to just like focus on vlogging. Like, I'm kind of in the moment, so I'll try my best, but yeah. I'm sure you guys have seen this library. It is absolutely beautiful. It's huge. It has so many books and it's just so pretty. We were just there hanging out, walking around and taking pictures, and that was it. That was it for day 2. Now, day 3 was probably one of my favorite days, and I'm probably gonna say that a lot just because I enjoyed a lot of the days, but this one was definitely one of my favorites. So the first thing we did is we took the subway and we also took the bus. Our first stop was HYBE Inside. On our way to HYBE. So I was really excited to be here just because this is like the BTS building. It's not just BTS, it's all of HYBE, but the main reason why I wanted to go was because of BTS, because they're my favorite group. It was really cool. It was such an amazing experience. Unfortunately, I didn't really film a lot of things inside just because I was scared to film something that I wasn't supposed to. So I didn't really get that much footage, but I did buy some things at the little gift store that they had. The second stop was the National Museum of Korea. I don't think I recorded a lot in here either, so I'm sorry, you guys. I tried my best, but there were just some places that I just didn't I guess feel comfortable recording. I don't know. But then our third stop was the Seoul Tower. Where are we going? And this was probably one of my favorite things that we did. So we actually took a cable car to go up to the tower, and when you first walk, you kind of see all of these locks. I don't know if you guys have watched the movie To All the Boys I've Ever Loved, but there's a scene in this place and with all of the locks, and it's so pretty. Unfortunately, I didn't leave a lock, but it was so cool seeing all the other locks. Also, the views from up there were insane, and they had this little photo booth thing, and I went and I took some pictures there because why not? And then finally we went inside the Seoul Tower, and it was amazing. So beautiful. The views were wow. Oh. I am gonna use the toilet. There's a view. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whoa. Oh my god. I was in love, but yeah, that was it for day 3. So for day 4, we kind of had to change our plans because it was a rainy day, so we wanted to do things that were inside. First stop was the Starfield Coex Mall. We actually decided to go there because they had an aquarium. So it was just like a last minute thing. We just look up at other things that we can do, and they recommended to go to the aquarium. So we were there. It was beautiful, you guys. I had never been to an aquarium that pretty. I fell in love with it. Inside, like, they had like different rooms. They had like a jungle, and it looked amazing. I was just like, all of this inside an aquarium, it's insane. They had a marine touch lab, and we were really excited to do that, but unfortunately it was closed because of COVID. And then we got to the big tank with the sharks, which is my favorite. I love that. It was so beautiful. I love seeing the sharks, you guys. Sharks are amazing. And then they had some cool jellyfish and some penguins. They had penguins. I was so happy to see that. Oh my god. Okay, so So that was the first thing that we did that day. We actually spent like a good 2 hours, maybe more, there at the aquarium. So after that, we took a subway and we went to the Lotte department store, and we went there to find the Star Avenue because it's basically this like hallway with everything BTS, and they also have the boys' hands and their names and signatures. It was amazing, you guys. Seeing this was amazing. I loved it. I got to like measure my hands with all of the members, and all of the walls, they had like screens with the members. And yeah, that's basically why we went there. And then the third stop is the Seoul Museum. I honestly don't think I have a lot of footage here. I don't know if I recorded anything inside. After that, we went to Han River. Oh my god, okay, I absolutely love this. This was probably my favorite thing. And we just saw like the big sign that says I Seoul You, and we went on a cruise on Han River, and the views were so beautiful. This was a really good day. Okay, so day 5 was a fun one. The first thing we did, we went to rent a hanbok, and hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, but we just tried them on and they did my hair there. After that, we just walked to this palace, and it was so pretty, you guys. We got to walk around wearing our hanboks, and yeah, it was awesome. I don't know how much footage I have of that, honestly. But then our second stop was a bookstore, and we went to this bookstore because Namjoon went to this bookstore, and we wanted to recreate one of the pictures that he has there. So this is like his picture, and then this is my picture, and they have a paper there with his signature, and it was so cute. Honestly, like the little bookstore was really cute. We were just hanging out there for a while. And then our third stop, we went to another palace, and that was it for day 5. It was actually really short. So day 6, 7, and 8 were actually pretty short. I was able to fit them all in one page, but it was just our trip to Busan. So on day 6, we went to Seoul train station, and we took a train to Busan. And then we arrived at Busan's train station, and we just walked around and explored a little bit. We're in Busan! It's so pretty! Oh my god, I'm obsessed. On day 7, our first stop was the Blueline Park, and there were just this cute little train, you guys. The views were so pretty. I absolutely loved it. It was probably one of my favorite things that I did in Korea. I thought it was the cutest thing, and I think it was like a 20 to 25 minute ride. I loved it. I thought it was so cute. Our second stop was the Culture Village. I am gonna put the name here. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but there were just like a lot of beautiful homes. They were very colorful, and we were walking around. They had a lot of like little shops, and it was so cute. I absolutely loved being here. And we also got to see the Jungkook and Jimin wall. If you know me, you know that those are my bias, and I got to see the wall, and it was so beautiful. Also, if you didn't know, Jungkook and Jimin are both from Busan, which is why they have like this wall there. So the third stop was MAGNATE Cafe, which is Jimin's dad's cafe. We were just hanging out, taking a little break. Obviously, we were in Busan, so that was one of our main things that we wanted to do while we were there. And then our fourth stop was this like little adventure park. I don't even know, but this is the name of it, and it was just like some wheeled gravity ride, and it was so fun. I actually had so much fun there. We went kind of late, so we didn't get to spend a lot of time there, but we were so happy that we got to go. It was so fun, you guys. This day 7, was one of my favorite days. It was so fun. And then on day 8, it was just really chill. We're just getting ready to go back to Seoul. So we just went to Busan Park, we went to Busan's Tower, and then we took the train back to Seoul. So I'm almost done. The days are getting shorter and shorter. Towards the end, we didn't really have a lot of things planned, but on day 9, we just went on the subway with my friends. So our first stop was Dongdaemoon Design Plaza. I really hope that's how you pronounce it, but we just walked around and took some pictures, and we got some Korean corn dogs. You guys, they were delicious. Literally my favorite thing ever. I fell in love with them. supposed to be raining in Korea all week. So we have these cute umbrellas. Our second stop, we went back to Hongdae and we went to Harry Potter Cafe, you guys. If you also know me, you know that I love Harry Potter, so going to this cafe was super cool. And then we just walked around Hongdae, and after that we went to another cafe. We went to this sheep cafe where you were able to pet a sheep, and it was so cute. I loved it. It was so soft. Anyways, I do have a clip of me petting the sheep. That was it for day 9. So day 10 was probably the shortest day that we had. The first thing we did, we just went to get a tattoo. On our way to go get tattoos! Ah! And we were there. We took actually like longer than we thought. I think it took like 2-3 hours to get our tattoos. And then after that, we just went back to Itaewon because we wanted to go check out the Itaewon Class Cafe. If you watch the K-drama, then you know about the Itaewon Cafe. I don't even know what it was called. I'm sorry, I'm such a fake fan. But we went and it started raining, but the view was beautiful from there. And this is what the tattoo looks like now. Okay, so day 11, we did a little bit more traveling. We actually took like a 2-3 hour bus ride to this beach. And the reason why we wanted to go there is because they have the BTS bus stop from You Never Walk Alone. It was really cold and it was raining though, so it wasn't the best day to be at the beach, but we still got to see the bus stop and it was beautiful. I loved it. We walked around, we took pictures. This is possibly the worst weather to be here, but we're here. We're here. And then we went back home, and I think that was it for day 11. Yeah, that's all we did. On day 12, we just did some walking around like the Lotte Tower area, and the first thing that we did, we saw these little places where you can take photo booth pictures, and we went to 2 different ones. This is like really common, like it's a really popular thing to do, to go and like take photo booth pictures, which I love that. I'm a huge fan of photo booth pictures, so that was really cool. We were actually able to leave our pictures there. Hopefully they're still there. I don't know if they are, but people basically just leave a copy on the room. And then our second stop, we went to the Seoul Cafe, and there was just this beautiful view of Seoul. Third stop, we went to another cafe. This one was the Cartoon Cafe. I'm pretty sure this one comes out in To All the Boys I've Loved also. It's really cool. Like it just looks like, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it, but everything is like black and white and it just looks like a drawing and it's super cool. And the fourth thing that we did that day, we found out that they were putting up Jimin's posters because it was going to be his birthday in October. So we went back to where HYBE building was just so we can take pictures with Jimin's posters and to record. So yeah, that was fun. Day 13 was the last full day that we had in Korea. So the first thing that we did that day, they actually had a Jimin cup sleeve event. So we went to this BTS cafe that was like walking distance from my friend's place. And it was really cool. I've been to like cup sleeve events here in my hometown, but just to go one in Korea was so cool. And the cafe, like I said, it was like BTS themed, so everything was about BTS. So our second stop was Lotte World. It's just an amusement park, and it's really cool because they have an indoor and outdoor park. And in the indoor, they had this like really cool roller coaster that we wanted to ride. Now, I am not the biggest fan of roller coasters, and we just had to choose something to ride because the park was really packed and it was like 1 hour to 2 hours of line. So we chose that roller coaster, and at first I was like, I am not gonna ride that. Like I was really scared because I'm not a big fan of roller coasters. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm here. I was ready. I was preparing myself like for the whole hour and a half that we were in line just to find out we were making line for the wrong ride. Yeah. So we didn't get to ride the roller coaster. And after that, we didn't really get to ride anything else because it was just really packed. So that kind of sucked, but it was really cool being there still. And then after that, we just had dinner, and that was our last full day in Korea. Day 14, we just said goodbye to our friend Andrea, and we went to the airport and came back to Texas. Yeah. So that was it for this video, you guys. I am so sorry if it was all over the place, or if I was talking too fast, or if I was talking too much. I just get nervous, and I'm just trying to like make it make sense, like everything that I did. I obviously still have to edit all of the clips in this video, so hopefully it works out and I don't have to film it again. So if you're watching this, then it worked out, or I tried my best to make it work out. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope you got some ideas of what to do if you ever go to Korea. And yeah, it was an amazing trip. I look back at everything and I'm just like, I can't believe I was there. It feels like a dream, honestly. I can't believe that I was there. I really hope I can go back soon again. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure you subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!